Hello, everyone. It is Terrific Tuesday. Who's with me tonight? Jeremy in first? Actually, Jake's in first. Jake, Jennifer, Jeremy. Whoa, look at that lineup tonight. Hey, Jake, how are you? I owe you a call big time. Kristen's with us. Yes, Kitty, I am more 8 than ish tonight. I am more 8 than ish tonight. Hey, Bailey, I would never do well with the 6 o'clock news. Or, you know, this is CBS Evening News with Neil. You'll never hear that. Oh, how are you guys all doing tonight? What are we grateful for this terrific Tuesday? Terrific Tuesday. Tonight we're in the Resale World shirt. You know, these people keep on sending me shirts, different people. Last night we were in a Traxxia shirt, tonight in a Resale World shirt. Who knows whose shirt I'll be in tomorrow? Oh, hey, Sylvia. Great to have you here. Great to have everybody here on Terrific Tuesday. Tell me what we are grateful for. Tell me what you're grateful for this Tuesday. Tuesday, September the 8th. What is making you grateful tonight? What brought out the grateful in your day? Tell me about it. Your new employee is working out well. Cool. Do they want to relocate? I'm not going to steal your new employee, Kitty. I'm excited for you. Hey, Kim. How are things in the great state of Texas? The great state of Texas. I talked to my sister briefly just a little while ago. Cooler weather here in Vegas. What does that mean? It's like 99, Jeremy? Ah, Kim. Good to have everybody here. Jeremy. I didn't realize that's where you're based, Jeremy, although I've never really thought about the world is just a I can't ever. Vegas is too hot for me too much of the year. And I can only take Vegas in short increments. Well, that's cool. I'm going to have to go out there. We had our honeymoon on Lake Mead. We rented a houseboat on Lake Mead, Jeremy. Is what we did. And then spent a couple days in Vegas and did up the town. I did my tux, everything. You know, we spent some money having a good time, which was nice. Grateful for electricity. Yes, you in California have a lot of issues going on there, Valerie. I am sorry to hear all that is going on out there. Nice. Well, when we can travel again, Jeremy. When we can travel again. I am open to a quick Vegas. There's so much neat stuff. I like getting away from the strip. You know, I love people watching, like just, you know, taking in all that the strip is, Jeremy. But I had a bunch of conferences that moved off the strip and moved out into the Red Rock. Red Rock Hotel, something way out. It was out from the city, and it was just gorgeous. Gorgeous out that way. Grateful for sales in store and a cha-ching in Shopify. Nice, Kristen. I love the cha-ching. We shipped a lot of packages today. A lot of packages went out the door today. Our postal carrier was like, what? What is all this? Yeah, that's it. Red Rock Resort. Yeah, I had a bunch of conferences there several years in a row, and I just loved going out there. That was really nice because it was everything. I mean, it was its own city, that resort. Had everything there, and it was really great. And it was neat to get off the Strip. So, I mean, there's something about the Strip. You got to take in the Strip, but there's so much more to Vegas than the Strip. So, yes, at some point when we can travel again and live again, we will have to get out there for a couple of days. Only so much, and not when it's 200 degrees. Although, what was it, L.A. yesterday, or Monday, or Sunday, I think it was. Highest temp on record ever in L.A., like 121 or something like that in L.A. I heard that in the business report. I caught that in the business report, which is just crazy, just crazy. That's I don't like the extremes of any of it. I like you know, in the Northeast, I like the fall and the spring. You know, where it's where you have some coolness and you don't have the extremes. Tomorrow, I think it's supposed to be warmer here, but then it's supposed to cool off again. It's all good, people. It's all good. So, now open our, since we are more 8 than ish, let's open the Good Morning Good Night book. The Good Morning Good Night book is how we get this program started every night. Every night is how we get this program started. Maybe tomorrow I'll have to get a shirt that says Marquee. We'll see what I get wear tomorrow night. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we can find. Read that one. Read some of these in the back. Let's go back to the front here. Let me find my glasses. Do. Come on, I've read these recently. If I remember it enough that I read it recently, I can't read it again, guys. The cake one, I've read that. Okay, let's go with this. Page 44 tonight in the Good Morning Good Night book, if you're following along. Good morning, love. Your best impulse, that selfless impulse. Let it take the wheel. Let it drive you toward the person you dreamed you'd be. That is our Good Morning tonight on page 44. All right, folks, we got 4 key topics tonight. 4 topics tonight. Four topics, well, and a bonus one that came across late tonight, and just important news, you know, because we want to keep you informed on the world too. So we got 4 topics tonight. Are you ready to roll? Ready to roll. Okay, first topic up, survivor's guilt. Survivor's guilt. Angie, Nebraska Angie, Julie Jankowitz, how are you all? Great to have you both with us tonight. Funny that you pop in simultaneously. Great to have you here. So, first topic of our 4 topics tonight is survivor's guilt. I had a couple interesting conversations around this today. So, oftentimes we, oh, you two are amazing. Amazing. Survivor's guilt. What do we think of survivor's guilt from? You were in a car, you survived a car accident and somebody else didn't. 9/11, you were in one of the buildings, you got out and somebody you loved didn't. You walked away from an airplane crash. Any number of things. Survivor's guilt. Okay, you survived and somebody else didn't. And I had a couple of conversations today that you know, with people that are having survivor's guilt. Not from the business perspective, per se, but from a, I haven't really been hurt by this COVID thing. Leanne! welcome. Okay, I have a job. My wife has a job. We didn't lose any income. We didn't have any disruption. We work from home a little bit. I don't travel as much as I used to. But I'm still getting paid. My benefits were never in jeopardy. And I'm having a real hard time with this survivor's guilt. And I had a couple of these phone calls today from people. And so it's a natural thing because we're all going through something as we navigate this, but some people are in different places. Now, these same people are also nervous that with the unknown, they don't know that their jobs will be there forever. But they do have, they're gainfully employed and never had a hiccup, never missed a beat in anything. And you're seeing some of that in business, okay? We're seeing some of that in business. We've seen some stores close. We've seen other stores doing phenomenally well right now. Right now, today, doing well. We've seen other stores struggling today, but that doesn't mean they'll be struggling tomorrow. Okay, so it's a natural thing. This you know, part of me calls it Jewish mother guilt. Okay, Jewish mother guilt. I don't say that because I think Jewish mothers have that market cornered. Although they do have do a pretty good job with it. Okay, it is a real thing. So if you're experiencing it, if you're one of those stores that's doing great and don't know how to have the feelings for those that aren't, okay, understand that even though you're doing great right now, the way this world is right now, you could not be tomorrow, or that, you know, different things can happen. So we're in this rocky roller coaster road, and that's okay. And it's okay. Whatever feeling you're feeling at any given time is okay. And I didn't want these people to have survivor's guilt at the same time I wanted them to understand what others are going through. So part of what I do is share the story, because that's really the most important thing. One of the most important things I'm doing right now is sharing the story of what's really happening in business, what's really happening on Main Street in America, and telling that story to so many people is of key importance in how we roll forward and how we roll our way out of this. Okay, and this is just where we are at this point in time, and that's okay. So just be aware of that even for those that are fine, okay, or that outwardly appear fine, there's that underlying feeling of survivor's guilt, just like they were in a disaster, okay, which this is a disaster, okay, just like they were in a huge car wreck and they were the ones that walked away. So just have that understanding, have that in the back of your head. Miss Alaska's watching tonight? No way. Hey, Kelly. It is September, everybody. So understand that concept of survivor's guilt. That was my first topic out of the gate tonight that I wanted to cover and wanted to keep you guys all in the loop on that, because I get it. I get what they're feeling. And I'm glad they shared it with me. I'm glad that they did take the time to share it with me. And they felt bad about taking my time to share that, but I thought it was so important that we talk about it that I said I'm making it top of the program tonight. Top of the program. So survivor's guilt, understand it, have compassion for it as much as they have compassion for what you're going through as a business owner, as you struggle with the day-to-day challenges of your highs and lows. Okay, it's a roller coaster, people, and it's a marathon. This is not a sprint, so let's roll with that. Okay, topic number 2 tonight. I am feeling overly organized tonight. Overly organized. Topic number 2 tonight. The web. www.web. The World Wide Web. I have talked with many of you in the last few days about the web and about your struggles with it, okay, good and bad, okay. Your rush to pivot to having a website, your rush to getting items, continuing to keep that up now that your stores are open, okay, the process of the doing live sales, all of it. You have to keep in mind, underlying thing is when you put yourself on the web, it is no different than when you put the sign out that said Sally's Store, okay? And you hung that sign up and you said Sally's Store and you pulled the light switch and the open sign went on and you're like, hey, where is everybody? They didn't come rushing in. I thought for sure I'd be all the way back here and people would be rushing me. That's not the way it works. It doesn't work that way with the web either. It doesn't work that way immediately with live sales either. It doesn't work that way. Not what happens when you turn on the open sign the first time and unlock the door that first time. It is not that way when you turn on your website that first time and unlock your website, okay, and turn on the open sign. It is not that way when you do your first live Facebook sale. And I know some of you are like, well, Neil's a real party pooper. He's a party pooper. Every party has a pooper, and Neil's pooping on the party for the web. Neil is not pooping on the party. Neil is being realistic about the party. Because these things are things that you build. Just like building your store, okay? Just like building your store when you had that open sign and not everybody rushed in on that first day, okay? But as time went on and people became more aware of your stores, more people came in and more people came in and more people came to consign and more people came to donate or supply your store and more people came to shop, okay? That happens with the web as well. That happens with live sales as well. It is not an instant on switch. It's not an easy button, boom, everybody's there. If it were easy, everybody would do it, okay? It is a process. So it is a process of building. Slow and steady wins the race. So you're going to continue to build it. It's repetition, 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 repetition. So getting in front of people, whether it's through live sales, whether it's through your website and putting additional items on there, whether it's using other avenues such as eBay, okay, or Posh, and referring people back to your website through the literature you include with the packages you're shipping. It's all about building an audience and referring them back to the things that are yours, okay? Your brick and mortar store, your own website. I mean, we had a bunch of orders today all over Massachusetts, all within, relatively speaking, a short drive from our stores today. And that was great, but these people had never been in our stores. So inviting them in, inviting them to our website, inviting them into our stores is a good thing. So we're thrilled that they chose to shop with us, but this is something that you build. You do not turn it on and have instant gazillion sales, okay? So that, I just want to set the expectation right, okay? But you can build it, and it can grow, and it can be awesome. And it will be awesome because it will add to your sales, much like your store grew. So think of as you add each of these avenues, each of these channels, it's just another building block in building the resiliency of your business. Okay? It is getting your giant fruit basket with more than just oranges in it. Now you're putting some apples in it. Well, I guess some people are going to put some bananas in it or something. But, you know, you're putting more fruit in there. When you open these other channels, you are putting other things in your baskets. But I want an instant gazillion sales. I understand that, Julie. Don't we all? Don't we all? And, but that's not the way it works. I know, I'm a party pooper, Julie. I'm a party pooper. That is what I do. So, you know, put me on Father of the Bride. Mr. Banks is a party pooper. Every party needs a pooper. But you have to build it, and you have to do it. It did not happen. Think about when you turned on that open sign for the first time. Almost 23 years for us, okay, since we turned on that open sign. We're about to start our 23rd year, okay, since we first turned on that open sign, okay. In that first store, in that first small store, and I've driven some of you by that first small store if you've come and visited. We had all our racks pushed to the front by the windows, so it looked like, you know, if you're looking in the window, it looked like we had a lot of stuff. We didn't. We didn't. Okay, but, you know, it's all about building. I'm okay with that, Jennifer. You can have chocolate in your basket. You can have milk chocolate and dark chocolate and white chocolate. It's about having different types of chocolate and chocolate with M&Ms in it. And it's about diversity in your basket, okay? And chocolate chip cookies in the basket. All these things in your basket. It's about having that diversity and building your audience and building your business. And that's what's so important. So don't get discouraged when you turn on that website and you don't have 200 sales the next day. Okay? When you have days like we had today where we were shipping packages like crazy, that is a wonderful blessing, but that doesn't mean that that's what tomorrow is going to bring. Okay? So I am thankful for the blessings we have. Okay, Kristen, you want wine in your basket. Okay, so we're going to have some Pinot Grigio, some Chardonnay, some Merlot. Okay, some Zinfandel, just in case you have somebody that's zinny. Okay, we're going to put lots of different things in your basket. We're not just going to fill your basket with one thing. We're not going to just put scotch in my basket. Tonight we're having a margarita. Peanut butter cups, absolutely. The peanut butter cups are great. I got to order more. You know, these are things you do. Okay, to keep everything going. Okay, to keep a well-balanced life. Okay, if you have a well-balanced business, okay, think of your business as a wheel. Okay, if you have a balanced business, if one side is a little flat, you know, the other side gets a little more air, it all works out. So just think about that, and especially for those of you that haven't diversified, think of how you diversify, how you have different chocolate, different wine, and things in your basket to keep things going all the time. So keep that in mind. That's my second topic tonight, for those of you who are counting. Topic number 3. Number 3. We are just moving along here tonight. It must be that Jeremy got in first and got us off on a good foot tonight. Topic number 3. I wanted to talk about landlord issues because I've heard from several of you again about landlords and working our way through landlord tenant relief and being fair. As long as your landlord's not a jerk, which most of them are not, okay? Overwhelmingly, the majority of them are not. There are plenty of examples of ones that are, okay? But the majority of landlords are not jerks. The thing that has gotten the most play with landlords and has been the most fair to all sides and sets you up for the best success. Okay, and I talked about this early on because some people were making deals or getting a half month free or getting April and May free and stuff, and we really had no idea where this was going way back with it then. and it was really kind of too early to be making deals. But the deal that has had the most traction and works well for both sides is when you look at what you paid in rent last year and the year before as a percentage of your sales. In the resale industry in general, the average rent to sales is 6 to 12% of your sales goes towards rent. But put that statistic aside. That's an industry statistic. If you look at what yours has been historically, okay, last year, the year before, when you look at your numbers historically, let's say it was 5%, let's say it was 20%. It doesn't really matter what the percent was. But when you apply it to your rent, to your sales going forward, most landlords are okay with that, because on the slow months, as you're rebuilding customer traffic, okay, they still get something at the same percentage. And when you have a really great month, they get a little bit more than they may have normally. And then when business operations is more normal, you resume your normal lease schedule. It is something that has worked well. I've worked with a whole bunch of landlords, with people on this, with their landlords, and it is a process that they, are really open to. So the most important thing is to communicate with your landlord. Communicate with anybody. Okay, if you're concerned about the financial pressures of any one situation, communication is the key. Okay, don't curl up in a ball. Don't go off to the side and hide. Talk. When you have communication, when you actually talk to people, that's how you solve problems. Okay, so you can do it. That's how you can solve it. It is I've worked with countless people on this. If you're concerned about your numbers or your situation, just email me. I'm happy to talk about it and help you through it. Email me at Neil, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com. My goal tomorrow is to get down to 100 again. I'd like to really get below that, but I think realistically I might have a shot at hitting 100 messages. So that was another topic. Not as yeah, Kim, it's a good conversation to have, and if you want to hop on the line, you know I'm happy to talk to you. So I'm happy to hop on the line with you and just step through it, and step through the numbers. You've been through so much there where you are. Okay, hurricanes, floods, everything. Just hop on the line with me. I'm happy to have that conversation and be both sides of it with you, to help you have a good conversation with that. You know where to find me. You know where to find me. Topic number four. Switching gears. But yes, have the conversation. It's sooner is better. Especially where we are right now, sooner is better. In case you missed it, Congress, in theory, came back to work today. Work, I use that term work very loosely. The Senate has released a new pared-down relief package, and they are preparing to force a vote on the legislation this week. The bill includes $300 per week in federal unemployment benefit through the end of the year, another round of the PPP, as we've previously discussed, and liability protections from coronavirus-related lawsuits. It also includes billions for schools and testing. as well as the Postal Service. And it's expected to come in about $500 billion, which really isn't going to get many Democrats on board. So, you know, there's just, it's theater, folks. At this point, right now, today, the bills being tossed around are just theater because nobody's budging on either side. But they're talking, so that's a good thing. When they're talking, it is actually a good thing. So we'll see where this goes. But right now I'm telling you this is theater. This is just talk and posturing. And certainly coming in, you know, you got to keep in mind that the House Democrats are at $3 trillion. The Republicans had previously floated a $1 trillion plan, and now they're coming in with a $500 billion plan. But they need to get some stuff done. I mean, the budget crisis across the states, cities, and towns in this country is astronomical and is coming very, very vivid. New York State's talking about, well, actually has instituted a 20% across the board cut to all funding, which is going to get really interesting in New York State. And I'm more involved than you would suspect in things in New York State as well. So there's a lot of things up in the air with this, and we just need these folks in Washington to do their job, and I'm certainly keeping on them with that. So that's my light version of that because it's really a non-starter. I don't want to delving into the details, doesn't matter because the way it is right now isn't going to happen. Let's wait and see this week as things continue to develop. I'm hopeful in over the next 2 weeks that we actually get something out of Congress. I remain optimistic that the pressure is there to actually do something, not just talk about something. So we'll keep an eye on it because they need to get this done. We're 55 days, 56 days away from the election, something like that. And they actually need to do their job. So we will keep you aware of that. And say it isn't so. Say it is not so. What are you people going to do? Who are you going to keep up with now that at the end of next season, the end of next year, the Kardashians are going off the... Let me rephrase that. The show Keeping Up with the Kardashians is going off the air. I don't know that the Kardashians are really going anywhere, but they announced that the long-running show Keeping Up with the Kardashians will end after its 20th season airs next year. And so who will you keep up with once the Kardashians go off the air? Who will you watch? Tell me about it. I want to know. Okay? No more Kardashians on E. Knowing them, it's holding out for more money, but who knows? No more Kardashians. So that is my bonus topic. I am right there with you, Kitty. I could care less as well. I am right there with you. But I figure there's somebody in here that does, and probably somebody that watched the Bachelor or Bachelorette thing last night, which again I can't tell you about. I'm really disappointed in what's happening with Dancing with the Stars, that Tom and Andrew and Aaron got kicked off. Well, now Derek Hough is coming back as a judge. Who knows? I'm not sure. It seems to be all about Tyra. We'll have to see what happens with that. Exactly, Krita. You know, I don't know what to do with the Kardashians, but who will you keep up with? Okay, there's somebody you'll find to keep up with. I have a feeling. So that is what we're talking about tonight. That is my 4 topics tonight. Somewhat married at first sight is what Vena's keeping up with. Well, I could go down that whole rabbit hole of how Cassandra chased me down and everything else, Vena, but I don't know that they make a show of that. And some people tell that story differently, so I've heard. Ladies and gentlemen, this video and all the information I talk about, anything information I post, you get it here first in the Narts private Facebook group, but then it goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. Noon! High noon even. It's there. They go there to keep it organized, to make it nice and easy for you to follow in case you missed an episode or two, because we know not everybody can tune in live every night. That's okay. It's all over there at narts.org/resalestrong. narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. But not only for you, share it with the world. Put it out there. Share it. It's all there for everybody. It's okay. We want the world to know. We want it shared. We do. That is why it's there, so we can help everybody. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker, whatever the industry. We want to help them across the finish line and not only survive, but thrive in a post-COVID world. We're there for you. I am here every night at more 8 than ish Eastern. More 8 than ish Eastern every night in the Narts private Facebook group where you get me first. That is a member benefit to you. We are here first. If you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. That's where you find me. Make sure you include your phone number in the email so I can call you back. My goal, again, tomorrow is to get back down to 100 or so. We'll see how I do. I'll report on it tomorrow night. Every night we start this program with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Tonight we opened up to page 44. Page 44 in the Good Morning, Good Night book if you're following along. Good morning, love. Your best impulse, that selfless impulse. Let it take the wheel. Let it drive you toward the person you dreamed you'd be. Our good night tonight is good night, love. That need to rest, that constructive impulse. Let it take the lead. I hope you dream the best, coolest shit. Let's go! Ladies and... Oh, hang on a second, I didn't show you the graphics. Whoa, look at those graphics. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. Don't worry, we will be partying again, I promise you that. And when we can party again in person, I will be there with you. You, yes, you. Until tomorrow at more 8 than ish Eastern tomorrow night, know that you and you, but most especially you, yes, you in the middle who thinks I can't see them, I see you. You're not alone running this store. It's time for dessert. Have a great